tomorrow is my monthly meeting for my potential fill. And I don't think I'm going to need a fill because I'm pretty sure that I have enough of a fill, and I've talked about that in a prior video, so I'm not going to go into that much detail about that again. I am excited. I am, however, this whole thing about weighing yourself and have you lost weight, have you gained weight, it's really it's an addiction in and of itself, and I know that, and that's why I don't like to weigh myself until I go for the fill. And I know that with the issues that I've had this past month uh, with vomiting and all of that, and not being able to keep food down, I know as a result of that I've lost some weight. I know that I've probably lost a substantial amount of weight since last month, and I am, you know, sort of like oblivious to that. All I think about is, oh, will I have lost any weight at all? Will I have lost at least 4 pounds for the month? But the reality is that I've probably lost at least 7 or 8 pounds for the month, and you know, and that's great. But it's just like my mind doesn't allow me to see that reality, and uh, I'm so anyway. I'm really, I don't know. I'm gonna funk about all that. But I am going for my fill, quote unquote fill appointment tomorrow afternoon. I'm really going to push not to have a fill, and I don't really want her to do anything as far as removing or putting in because every time they do this, it costs me $150 out of pocket. And I've already done that paid that out 3 times, and I feel that I don't feel that enough of a difference is going to occur by them tweaking it one way or another. So I'm going to really stand firm on my, uh, you know, on what I feel about it, and not let them give me a fill, just because, for the sake of filling me and getting another $150 out of me. Not that that's what it's all about. The doctor's office that I go to, they are fantastic. They are the best people. Before I, was debating about whether or not I was going to have the surgery, there was no pressure whatsoever. Once I did decide to have the surgery, there was no pressure whatsoever, and they've just been really wonderful. The people in the office, the doctor is phenomenal. I've never met a doctor that's has such a good, quote unquote, bedside manner and a nice sense of humor and everything. Um, this Dr. Wisman at Coral Springs Medical Center, North Broward Medical Center, and Wellington Regional Medical Center. Those are the 3 places that he has offices in, and I'm just really happy about them. I'm just trying to deal with my own mind and where I'm at. I'm concerned that, of course, that I don't, one, it's great to lose the weight, but two, I don't want to develop a cross addiction to bulimia, because that would be really, really bad. And in my entire life, never thought that bulimia would be a possibility for somebody like me. So that's really kind of scary. But I have not vomited in a few days now, as gross as that sounds. I went, I've been testing myself in terms of foods. I went to an awful Chinese restaurant this afternoon, and it really rated as one of the worst Chinese restaurants I've ever been to in my life. It's in Boca Raton. It's called something like Pine Country. That's what it was called. It was called Pine Country, and it was just terrible. Everything was so salty, and the good thing about it is that I only ate a smidgen of what I actually ordered. So that's really important because in the past I would just stuff it in, stuff it in, stuff it in, regardless of how it made me feel, regardless of how lousy the food tasted. But this food basically tasted lousy. So the only thing I ate really was about 4 nice shrimp from a shrimp and lobster sauce. I ate one little awful egg roll, and I had an awful cup of soup. By the way, here in Wilton Manors, there's a Um, there's a Chinese restaurant that's very nice, and I go. That's where I go all the time for my egg drop soup, which I plan on doing tomorrow night after my appointment. And it's called the Lotus Inn, and it's on Northeast 26th Street in Wilton Manors. So any of you local people, it's really a great place to go. And Mr. Wang is the owner there. Well, anyway, enough about that. The free advertising. I just wanted to let you know again that I will probably make a video again tomorrow evening or the day after to let you know what actually happened in terms of my progress. By the way, as a sidebar, I wanted to mention that a few people have sent me emails through YouTube and messages, and I really appreciate it. I'm sorry that I have not returned those messages. Uh, Bandit Wendy sent me a couple of messages. She's great. She wanted to know how much protein I was taking in on a daily basis. Wendy, I'm not really sure. Um, One of the consequences of having, been vomiting, fairly often, is that I've been, uh, switching then to just soups, for a couple of days after that. So I'm not sure how that's affected my protein intake. However, I do use the protein powder, and I check for protein items, protein counts on everything that I do eat. So I'm really trying, and of course I take pills for extra protein as well. I think protein or vitamins anyway. Um, let's see. Randy sent me a couple of emails, and Randy, I just want to let you know that I'm out here, and I do apologize that I haven't responded. But it's tough for me to send emails like that. I don't know why it's tough, but it just is. Job situation is fine. I made another cut. There was a big layoff where I work, and they cut about 60 jobs, and they kept me. They're having me do something else, which is a little tedious, but at least I still have a job and can pay the bills. Really having a great time in my new condo in Oakland Park. I'm really happy that I moved there. It's great. I love having a place that's nice and updated with new kitchen. I'm going to have to take some pictures of the new place and post them on my Facebook page. And if anybody wants to check me out on Facebook as well, my name is Mark Eagle, Eagle, and so you can find me on Facebook as well. Funny thing is I make friends with a lot of other people on Facebook who have the same name as me. I've I've friended about 10 or 12 different people, Mark Eagles, throughout the world, and I think it's really cool. One of them is even gay like me, which is really cool. And this one Mark Eagle I've started messaging back and forth with. We've become sort of good friends on Facebook, and he's really cool. He's not gay, he's straight, but he lives in another state, and he's about 10 years younger than me, and he's a cool guy. So, and it would be really fun to meet some of these other Mark Eagles. Maybe we could have a Mark Eagle convention someday. A lot of them are in England. I love England, so maybe I'll come out next time I take a trip to England. I'll check him out. Anyway, or check them out. That's about it. And I wish you all the best of everything. If you enjoy what you're hearing, as far as any kind of motivation, please, friend me. We're getting a nice following now. I've got about a lot of, friends, subscribers, and when you subscribe to me, of course, I'll subscribe to you. And we can make this a nice place to be, and blah, 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 and all of that. So everybody, take care. Bye.